Hello, hello, friends. Happy, what is it? Sunday? Happy Sunday, everyone. Wow, we've got a lot of people in here. Awesome. Okay. So, looks like Nazi is first. Nisha, I've got you. Hey, Amy. J Moon, I've got yours. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. I appreciate it. We are going to do a giveaway today. I try to get at least one a week. So since I haven't done it yet, let's do that tonight. So if we hit 25 likes, we will be doing a free reading for someone, some lucky winner. Hey, James. Afsane, I have you. James, I have yours. Shar and Nat, I have your question. MMC. Afsane, which question do you want answered? You posted 2 different questions. Bria, Emmy, I have yours. Amy, I have yours. Hey, Sherry, welcome in. Eagle, I've got you. Whoops. Be the Pisces, I have yours. Nazia, you're first on my list. You don't have to do anything. I will answer your question in just a second. Just make sure you guys are liking the live stream is all I ask. Holly, thank you so much for the donation. Oh my goodness, Nazia, that's so sweet of you to say. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and get some yes, no's going. Nazia. I have a no for Nazia the Hermit. Nisha Queen. Yes, 2 of Cups. J Moon. J Moon, I'm getting a no, but I think it's a matter of timing, okay? I have the 5 of Swords. Afsane, no, 8 of Swords. James, yes. I have the Fool. Shar. Yes, 9 of Cups for Shar. Nat. No, 5 of Pentacles. MMC. Yes, the Fool. Afsane, looks like I already answered your question. All right, so let's skip this one. Bria, and you're welcome, Afsane, you're welcome. Bria, yes, the Judgment. Emmy. Yes, 6 of Pentacles. Amy. No, the Devil. Eagle. Yes, the Fool. B, the Pisces. Yes, Six of Cups. Nat, yes, everything is going well. Thank you for asking. Maston, Lisa, I have your question. Margaret, I have your question. James, thank you for the donation. You're welcome, Nisha. Hey, Lorraine, welcome in, friend. I'm a little behind in the chat. Paru, I have your question. Holly, I have your question for your donation. Sherry, I have your question. Shar and Nat, you're very welcome. Hey, Smiley. Hey, Ari. Ari, I have your question. Smiley, I have your question. Sorry, Amy. Pisces, you're welcome. Margaret, you're welcome. All right, this is for Maston. It's something that's going to happen very slowly, Maston, but I am getting a yes. Seven of Pentacles. Lisa, yes. Six of Wands. Margaret. I'm getting a no. Five of Pentacles. I hope I'm wrong. I'm getting a no. Oh, wait. I thought you were saying picked up. When you say picked on, do you mean bullied? I'm getting a no. Five of Pentacles. So if you mean bullied, then of course I hope I'm right. Sorry, I misread what you were saying. Either way, I'm getting a no for you. So hopefully that's the answer you wanted. Okay. Peru. Not right now. Four of Pentacles and Four of Cups, Peru. Sherry. I have a no. Four of Cups for Sherry. Ari. Ari, I'm getting a no. The Moon, Seven of Swords. I double checked for you too. Smiley. I have a no, Smiley. Ten of Swords. Lorraine, I'm doing well today. Thank you for asking. Very excited to be here earlier in the night. I've been doing a lot of late night streams, which is fine, but sometimes I like just getting them, out of the way earlier in the day. I get a different wave of people usually when I come in a little earlier, so I'm seeing different people tonight. I just like being here right now. So, but yeah, today's going well. Just kind of taking it easy. You're welcome, Maston, Lisa. Oh, picked for school, Margaret. I'm getting a no. Five of Pentacles for that one. Even if I don't understand your question, I feel Spirit does. So I don't think they're going to mislead me. Sherry, you're welcome. Ari said, guess I'm not meant to work at Olive Garden. I heard they get good tips, though. They probably do. Lots of no's today. There was lots of no's yesterday as well. You're welcome, Smiley. IJ, thank you for the donation. I will post the donation list here in just a second, everyone. Just let me make money. Shouldn't matter if I'm meant to work there or not. Ari, yeah. I mean, obviously you have free will, right? You have free will. All right. I speak says, love that for you, Luna. Guys! What the fuck? Chill. Love that for you, Luna, and glad you're doing good. I just came back from work. Oh, I hope you're doing well too. Margaret, okay. Yeah. All right. We're going to have to close the list now. I'm going to get to the last couple of people here. And then we're going to have to move on to donations. All right. So this is for Abria. Will my finances increase this summer? I have a yes. Very slowly, Abria, but they will increase. 7 of Pentacles. IJ. Yes. 6 of Cups. Reunion. I have a yes. Page of Cups for Golden Moment. Cindy. Hello. I know you're saying good morning. For me, it's the evening time, but hello, good day to you. Cindy, yeah, 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles talks about mutual energy and effort. So if you are liking this person, they're liking you back. I speaks like, that's me. Yes. They're freaking crazy right now. And I don't understand it because normally this is the time where they are just chilling. They're like sleeping. But my husband called out of work today because he's not feeling well. And he's home. So it's like throwing them off of their normal routine. And even though he went and took a nap and he's in the bedroom right now, I think they don't know what to do with themselves because they're not used to him being home. So they think like, I guess their whole schedules and their structure is just like ruined now. And they're just acting like nutcases. Oh, that's so sweet. My zodiac sign, so my sun sign is a Gemini. You're welcome, Abria and IJ and Golden. Hey, Elisa. Elisa, don't we have to do a reading for you? I think you donated. And we never redeemed it for you. I do, yes, I do own an air fryer. My brother got it for us 2 Christmases ago, or maybe even a little longer than that. It's actually, we've had it for so long, it's like acting up. But we use it a couple of times a week. It's pretty convenient and I like it. It's like definitely a game changer for us. But it's a love-hate relationship for me because I worry about like if it's bad for your health. We use parchment paper inside of it and try to keep it off of like, but you know, there's still questionable, I don't know. The jury's still out for me on air fryers, but the convenience factor and how good they make the food is like top notch. You're welcome, Cindy. They are straight children. Ari, you said it's interesting that I'm a Gemini. I am an Aries rising and I'm also a Taurus moon. Hey, we're not doing this. No, we're not. Yes, only 2 to 3 more likes, guys, and then we're doing a giveaway. Hey, Rashima, welcome in. Yes, Elisa, I still have you down for a donation, so I'm going to add you to the list in just a second. Rashima, the free list is closed, friend. I'm so sorry you missed it. Okay. Let me do the donation list really quickly. So Elisa's going to be first. She is a pre-order from last time. So Elisa, you're first on my list, okay? And then who else do we have? All right, then after Elisa is Holly. And then after Holly is James. And after James is IJ. And then after IJ is Virgo Sun. There are no pre-orders today outside of Elisa. So if anybody wants to skip, you can. It's $5 to do so. Or if you want to avoid being skipped, you can donate $5 as well and you can hold your spot. But if you just want to take your chances, then you guys can just stay where you're at. If you can't stick around, leave your questions with me. Rashima, I have not. No, I have not. Why do you ask? So, Elisa, I have you down for a mini reading from last time. So you can post your question. Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen her back in here. We are very close to a giveaway, it sounds like. So if you want to participate in the giveaway, make sure you stick around. Once we hit 25 likes, I will be announcing a winner for that. Hey Marta, I'm doing good. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone's comment. If I missed something that you said to me, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up as best as I can. Marta, our free list is closed, but if you want to stick around and make sure you like the live stream, we're going to be announcing a winner very soon for a free reading, and you might win if you stay here. So just stick around. You'll get another chance at a free read in just a minute. Bye, Rashima. James, okay, that sounds good. I didn't know that. I love my air fryer. It's so easy and less stress, especially for lazy dinners. Yeah, no, it's amazing. And like reheating reheating a pizza is also amazing in there. But I guess the PFSAs, what is it called? PFAS. I think that's what it is. In them, they're like chemicals, the forever chemicals that are released through like the lining, and like the coating that they put around like the product itself and like the little trays and all that. So I put parchment paper in there. I got parchment paper liners, but we've only been doing that since like the last year. We used it for a while without anything like that in there. So I don't know. I just go back and forth about like toxic coating and linings on certain dishes, and I try to use stainless steel, cast iron, or non-toxic nonstick. So it's like that's how I feel about the microwave too. Like I go back and forth between like loving it and hating it. Yeah, stick around for the game for sure. We're going to do the giveaway, but Elisa, if you're here, I do need you to check in with me because we got to get this started for donations. It's so weird how some of you guys are seeing 25 likes. Some of y'all are seeing 24. I'm seeing 23. I don't understand how it can't like keep up. Why it all can't say the same thing. Okay. Well, while we wait for Lisa, let's go ahead and select a winner for the giveaway. All right, if you want to be a part of the giveaway, drop a green heart in the chat. We'll add you. Amy, I've got you. James, I've got you. Holly, you are added. Sisters, you are added. We're doing the giveaway right now, so please make sure you drop a green heart in the chat if you want to be a part of it. One lucky winner will get a free mini reading tonight. All right, I'm gonna give it like 30 more seconds and then we're gonna pick a winner. Whoops. That was weird. All right, good luck, everyone. Yay, IJ, congratulations. Have you ever won before? I don't think you have, but I don't remember. Congratulations, IJ. We will add that to your turn, okay? Thank you, everyone else who participated. All right, last call for Elisa, and then we're going to have to move on to the next person. Holly knew it. That would be kind of like a fun thing to do where like I offer the free reading, but you guys make a guess who you think will win, and if you're right, then you get something out of it too. That would be kind of funny. It kind of would be like an intuition test. All right, last call for Elisa. Holly, I'm about to do yours because I don't think she's in here. All right, so Holly, I have you down for a in-depth reading, it looks like. And you are asking how Christian currently feels. Welcome back, friend. All right, how does Christian currently feel? It's past your bedtime. What time zone are you in, Holly? Okay, Amy, have a good night, friend. Ah, I see. Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with that. I usually work nights. I'm usually not going to bed until like 6 or 7 a.m. It's kind of crazy over here. So like I just woke up like 3 hours ago myself. Okay. Let's see. So I get that he's in his feels with this connection, like he's thinking about it quite a bit. I have a couple words like reflection and forgiveness, kind of thinking over this connection. I think he definitely feels that he should have expressed himself better to you. I have the holding back. He just like kind of maybe has some regrets about how he's gone about things with you. Now, I don't necessarily feel like he would go back and change like all of it. But I think there are certain things that maybe he felt like he should have spoken up or he should have told you what he was thinking or how he was feeling. It's like, I think I'm kind of getting like chickening out. I kind of hear like, um, I don't know, there could be like something in him that has a hard time really like opening up and expressing himself. How is he currently feeling, please, about her? I do have the Knight of Cups. This does talk about romantic expression, but he's saying he's holding back Seven of Swords. So this indicates to me that you probably didn't get much from him in terms of his feelings for you. Like, he's not the kind of person that really goes out of his way to express those kinds of things. And to be honest, Holly, like, and I don't know what the status of your connection is like, but my whole thing with this is that even if you are or were in a relationship with him, he would have had a hard time doing this. I don't think this has to do with the status of the relationship, his holding back. I think this has to do with just the fact that this is just who he is as a person. James. James, yeah, I'll just keep skipping you. Just let me know when you're back, okay? I do have here the sun. So this indicates to me that he could be here for fun. He could be here for a good time. The sun, there's a lot of positivity that comes from it. It's literally the card of positivity, but it does indicate like maybe a sense of like being underdeveloped or a little bit childish or a little bit immature. It and the positive side, it can indicate that you want to have fun, that you are optimistic, that you want to have a good time, that you have childlike wonder and whimsy and can always see like the good. But in the negative side of it, can indicate not being fully developed, not being maybe a little immature or a little childish, and like there's a shadow side of just wanting to have fun, meaning you're avoiding responsibility. You're welcome, James. He wants to portray himself as strong and as a helper. I'm not. I was just curious if he had feelings for me. He does say that he wants to fix your connection, and that he is struggling to get over you. I do have that here. How is he feeling for her? Hey, Virgin, welcome in. How's he feeling for her? I think that he feels that he's going to get another opportunity with you. We have the Ace of Cups, meaning that he would open himself up to this connection again if he had that opportunity, if you gave him another chance. You're helping him with his spirituality. Definitely getting that he's not over you. He has not moved on. He does feel like you are more advanced than him, I guess, mentally or emotionally or something like that, because he's saying that he hopes that you wait for him. And what that means to me is that he feels like you're further along, like you're more advanced than him, or your personal development is stronger, or you're more mature, something along those lines. And he's saying, I hope you wait for me, like, because I know I'm not there yet. He has a lot of positivity. I don't know if this is like his demeanor, or it could just be his perception of you. Because again, your question is like, how does he feel for you? But I keep getting the word optimism and positivity. And so I feel like he's feeling excited or enthusiastic about the potential of your connection. I don't know if that means that he's not like basing this in a place of reality or what's realistic. Maybe for you that seems far-fetched, I don't know. But for him, he thinks that there's still an opportunity here between the two of you. I think he also questions like where he stands with you as well. You're helping him with his spirituality. Now, this is a karmic connection, Holly. As I say, whenever I get the Wheel of Fortune, it indicates that this is like it's more than what meets the eye. The Wheel of Fortune talks about karma. Now, it doesn't mean that you are a karmic relationship per se. It just may mean that there's karma being balanced between the two of you in this lifetime. So you could be teaching each other lessons. You could be a karmic partner, or it could indicate that, you know, you guys have like experienced life together, like in another lifetime, and you're here in this life trying to balance that out from the last life that you lived. Definitely feel like you get to him more than you realize. Like you impact him. You leave an impression even long after you're gone. He says you get under my skin. He does feel like you're the one that's in control of this, though. I think that it's almost like he's in this place of wanting to like please you or get your praises, basically. Like I feel like he feels maybe inadequate. Like he's looking to get your accolades, like your appreciation. You feel like past life stuff. Hey Virgin, so my free list is closed. All my free list options are closed. We did the free list and that ended about 25 minutes ago, and then we also did the giveaway as well. So I don't have any other free list options today. You met him so randomly. He always asks you what you need. See, so it's almost like he wants that praise from you. It's like he wants to earn you or something like that. He is talking about needing more time though, because I have space, need more time to think, and I also pulled the I need more time card. He definitely feels out of control with you. He feels like you're the one that kind of steers this ship. Anything else for Holly? Anything else for Holly, please? So the last thing I pulled is need, like NEED, like he needs you, like he feels like you are vital to his success. Like you are someone who, in order for him to continue to redeem himself and evolve, is like he needs you. He needs you and your guidance. So there is a romantic element to this. I don't know if I made that clear, but we do have the Ace of Cups here. So like I said, he would take another opportunity with you or another chance with you if that should come about. I think that he feels that you are the one in control here. And obviously, I think from your perspective, what I've gathered is that you need him to grow up. Kind of put his money where his mouth is. You said interesting because it was the other way around. So he is attracted to you. Maybe things are balancing. Yeah, no, he is attracted to you. Absolutely. Because I have the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups. That's not going to come through, if he's not. Does that answer your questions, Holly? Okay, yes, we are meant to help each other grow. Thank you. You're welcome. Sleep well. Okay, so next on my list is IJ because we are skipping over Elisa and James until they check back in with us. You're welcome, Holly. So IJ, I have you down for a BOGO. Hey IJ, what can I do for you? Hey Lena, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. How are you doing? Yep, absolutely. Let's do love two for you. Love two for James. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Okay. So first out, no influences or blocks. We love to see that. I'm getting a no where that is. Overall energy, we have Seven of Wands. So to me, this feels like she's in a place of like standing up for herself, standing her ground, setting her boundaries. So she's just becoming more defensive, I suppose you could say, but like it's in protection of her own energy and maybe even in protection of your connection as well. I know that people who have a hard time setting boundaries or feel like they like want to be the yes man or woman or the want to be a people pleaser, it's because they don't really have that like awareness that they need to stand up for themselves, and it makes them feel very uncomfortable, and sometimes they underestimate other people's reaction based off of like certain experiences. Like, so for example, if you're setting a boundary with a healthy person, they're going to be like, cool, that's fine, I get it. if you're setting a boundary with a toxic person, they're going to give you a very hard time. And so I think that she's having to kind of get uncomfortable doing these things and like standing her ground and being like, actually, no, I can't do this thing, or I'm not going to, or I just don't feel like it. And I feel like she constantly feels like she has to have these excuses, and she doesn't. She can, no is an answer. Like, no is enough. And I think that she's starting to realize that. And through, I guess, maybe recent experiences, she's going, well, worst case scenario, this is what's going to happen. Best case scenario, this is what's going to happen. But regardless, I need to give myself peace of mind. So this Seven of Wands is like fighting for your corner, standing up for yourself, holding your own, maintaining control, being assertive, being direct. And this is kind of like the overall energy. And this is kind of like a protective type of energy as well, which is why I said that when it comes to you, it could be her trying to protect that connection that you have as well by like guarding it and making sure that like no one tries to interfere with it. What she's giving to the connection, we have the Two of Cups. So this is like romantic expression, flirting, communication. This also talks about like partnerships, being in a couple, or having like a strong connection with someone. So she's definitely wanting to show you more of the fact that she's attracted to you, to your mind, to you physically. I think that she wants to make sure you know that she respects you and that she cares for you and that she's interested in you to whatever capacity she's able to right now. She feels like you are each other's equals. There's no one higher or below her. You guys just see eye to eye, that you're compatible. That there's definitely a aligned harmonic connection between the two of you as well. Thoughts, feelings, intentions. Let's see. Thoughts, feelings, intentions. There's something here about like investment, profit, interest. I think she might be looking forward to when she gets to get her payday with you, so to speak. It's kind of being used in financial terms, but you know, like when you invest in something and over a period of time, there's a big payout because of that micro interest that you've been investing. So like think of like a savings account. You know, you put a little in and then over time interest accrues and then you have a big payout. And I feel like there's something along those lines that I'm picking up on in terms of your connection. And maybe that's how you're feeling too. It's just like, okay, I'm giving a little bit over a long period of time and our relationship is accruing interest. It's like getting stronger because of the effort that I've been putting in little by little. And I think she's saying, I'm looking forward to our payout. I'm looking forward to our payday when we can just like revel in it and indulge in one another. She is in a more disciplined mindset, I would say. She's coming through as like the Emperor in terms of her feelings for you, but I think you also are the Emperor too. You have a funny way of like letting her know that you're interested in her, but not letting her in on it fully. So I think that you keep a little bit of mystery about you, what she's interested in. She is feeling empowered by you because the Emperor talks about having authority, autonomy, control, choice. This is also like independence as well. There's definitely a feeling of empowerment. We have the root chakra here. We have Mars. So definitely like putting herself first right now. And then what do we have for intentions, please? What do we have for intentions? I think that there's a lot that she's happy about in her life. Um, Obviously, there's like a inadequate trade-off there because she is under stress, but I think that there is a lot for her to be happy about. But I think the areas in which she feels could use improvement is enough to make her go, I don't want to keep doing this anymore. So, for example, her love life. We'll just use that because that's kind of what we're talking about right now. Because she's not seeing her partner with her, because she's not saying I'm in a relationship, because she's not, nurturing a romantic connection right now, that is a pain point for her. And she's seeing dissatisfaction in this area of life. And I think that's good because I think that what's happening is because she's noticing it more and more every single day, it's probably what is triggering this feeling for her that she needs to stand up for herself and she needs to protect herself and like try to assert more authority in her life and more control. And so there is some kind of shift that's happening here for her, being on the more reserved, submissive, surrendering side of things and just like letting life happen to her, where she's now feeling more like, okay, no, I don't want this to happen for much longer because I'm dissatisfied in this area of my life. So I'm going to start making some changes and standing up for herself. Now, with that, I also want to let you know, IJ, outside of your connection, she could be losing people in her life. So it's not a bad thing. I think it's a natural thing that happens when you start putting yourself first. But this is just kind of a message for you that there's going to be other people that might start falling away from her life. Snakes might be showing their true nature, um, and she might need some extra support in the coming weeks or months because these people are probably going to be very upset at this change in her. But that's growth and that's what happens. And unfortunately, when we learn lessons and we start standing up for ourselves and setting boundaries, people don't like it. And they're going to start getting ugly with her, and start like maybe betraying her, walking away from her. But this is probably for her own good in the end, but it might be hard for her in the meantime. So, with that, it could be making her question if this was the right choice, if this is what she should have been doing. And, she's just going to need that encouragement from you that she is making the right decision. And hopefully whoever else in her life that she can count on that's actually healthy to have in her life will tell her the same things. But sometimes when we see our life changing too fast or too quickly because of a decision that we made, we might start questioning things. This could cause a regression in her, which we obviously don't want. So whatever it is that you can do on your end that reminds her that, if it was meant for her, it wouldn't have walked away or it wouldn't be causing issues. And in the end, she might be better for it. Um, Obviously, to whatever capacity you can help her with that, because I think that's something that might start happening to her. But yeah, so that's love option 2. I'm not sure if it like sparked any questions for you for your BOGO, but if you're ready, you can post those now. So I'm hearing like meet me in the 5D and be on standby is like the two strong things that's coming through right now. So I feel like she just wants you to remain like psychically open to her. We have the card of Neptune, and to me, that kind of feels like that, spiritual realm, its psychic abilities, mysticism, the 5D, where like you can meet people in dreams. And, so it's like, I think before bed, just be very open to seeing her, talking to her, getting messages from her. And then she also says like be on standby. I don't know, because there's like a lot of sadness in this reading right now, like 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, High Priestess, Queen of Cups. It's like maybe she like kind of knows like something bad is going to happen, or something hard, like a hardship is going to happen. But she says be on standby. I think maybe just be ready for me to contact you, be ready for me to maybe share more with you about my pain points, or something that has happened in my life. And then also just being very open to any kind of communication from her, whether that's in dreams, whether that's psychically, whether that's via actual communication and messages going back and forth. But those are like the two things that are standing out to me right now. I'm going to keep pulling. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Hold on, IJ. I'm so sorry. My cat's like gonna scratch the shit out of my couch right now if I don't help him. He's like just chubby and uncoordinated, and I've got to help him do whatever it is he's trying to do right now. Come here. Do you want to get under the blanket? Okay. Never mind. These cats. You are open to her. Okay. There's just this sadness in this reading. Why is there sadness in this reading? It's like betrayal. Now, Neptune is like the planet of dissolution of boundaries, breaking down boundaries, limits, things like that. So maybe there could be people who are trying to get the best of her right now. What do you need from him? She's saying continue to invest in me. What do you need from him? What do you need from him? Remember, she has been telling me in channel messages she knew that I was aware of a friend that wasn't doing right by her, but she wanted to handle it her way. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Wow. Yeah, that does kind of sound like this. I'm just sitting here like trying to see if I'm getting any other information about it. So, I guess this isn't really a message for you in terms of like what she needs from you or wants from you at this moment, but she's saying she wants you to continue to have like faith in her or belief in her, because she's saying my actions aren't aligning with my feelings right now. Um, so I guess like don't give up on her. Like if you feel like she's not doing something that you think might be healthy for her or good for her to do. So for example, um if she's not showing you a lot of action, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have feelings for you deep down. If she is not taking action with someone in her life that she needs to handle, um it could just be her needing to like wait it out until she feels it's ready, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't know what's going on deep down. Basically this card is like, don't believe my actions to be something that I'm associating with how I'm feeling, because how I'm feeling is different than what I'm showing on the outside. Oh my god, wow, hold on. I meet with you in the 5th dimension. So remember I said at the very beginning, meet me in the 5D? That's actually coming through right now. So she's saying she is meeting you there. What do you want from him? What do you want from him? Give me one more card. What do you want from him? She's saying continue to remain practical. I don't think she wants you to jump out on the deep end and like go out of your way and send her a message and be like, I'm crazy about you, girl. Like, can't you tell? Like, I want to be with you. Like, don't switch up on her. Don't change up on her. Because she's saying, I want you to continue to remain practical. Your approach has been good. How you've been handling things with me has been good. Like, don't change. Don't switch up. Like, I think that would scare her. But yeah, I think that's it. Honestly, IJ, whenever you ask this like a question similar to this, I'm always like, I think you're just perfect. Like, I think you're actually so perfect, and she's not like needing a lot from you. But maybe she wants to interact with you more in your dreams and in the spiritual realm. And I think her subconscious is taking her there and hoping that she'll meet with you. And then she says, be on standby for me because I might need you in a like random moment. Yes, I do remember that, IJ. She pulls you there to be a family. That brings such a smile to my face. Yeah, like I do remember telling you that. It's funny, you remember a lot of the stuff I tell you. I don't remember everything, but when you tell me like or remind me, then I do. Because you're not trying to do that. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to know about anything? So this is just in general, like whether it pertains to you only or anyone in your life. Like you're asking for basically a general message from Spirit. Or are you asking in specifically when it comes to her? Whatever comes out. Okay. So they're saying relationships are developing to a new level. Trust your intuition and make sure that you're caring for yourself and others at this time. You have important psychic insights coming your way. Events are unfolding behind the scenes. News of an exciting new endeavor. Make sure that when you are given an opportunity for this new endeavor on your way, I think it has to do with like your creativity, your passions. They're saying be original and using ingenuity or like an innovative approach. I feel, IJ, there's something like big. There's something big in terms of like a passion project or something that you're wanting to do. And it feels like not only it impacts you, but it impacts other people as well in a positive way. They say that you're making good business decisions. I keep getting heightened psychic abilities for you. It's kind of crazy because in the last reading, I had the Neptune card, I had High Priestess and Queen of Cups. I have Queen of Cups again and Page of Cups, talking about how maybe like your psychic abilities are leveling up at this time. They're talking about a new person entering in to your life, and I don't necessarily think I mean I hear new person like very lightly, like this could literally be Natalia, but it's just saying like she's coming into your life in a new way, or a relationship beginning a new phase. So the relationships developing to a new level and relationships beginning a new phase feels like maybe things are changing and shifting between you guys. On the cusp of greatness. I love that. Yeah, they're saying it's a time of positive change. A situation for you suddenly moves forward and that good luck is on your side. Good news is on its way. They're also saying that you're going to be getting public recognition or being rewarded. This could be, what does this have to do with? Where is he getting rewarded? Where is he getting rewarded? I think this is in your profession, IJ. Being rewarded within your profession. They have the King of Air. So there's like an idea or something that you've been trying to implement or something that you've said that is getting recognized. So to me, it feels like something within your profession, some kind of strategy or advice or work ethic, maybe even that you're getting rewarded for, like monetarily or praised, something along those lines, something praised for. And then we have the Four of Swords here, and they're wanting to let you know to take time to rest or take a vacation. I have a lot of cards here indicating a happy outcome for you. Anything else that he needs to know right now? Anything else? Of course, the Strength card is here. Surprise, surprise. They're saying you're very, very, yes, a passport. I love it. God, those things are expensive though. I think it's like $250 per person or some shit like that. It's crazy. The Leo card is here. They're saying that you're a very fair and righteous person. Like the Justice card is here. Um, did you say you have Libra in your big three? I can't remember. I know it's air, but they're saying that you're just like a very like righteous, fair, honest, loyal person. Like IJ, you'd make a really good judge, is what I'm getting. You have great intuition, and that you have like a way to be extremely fair. You're not corrupt at all. And I don't know like why they're telling me this, but I don't know. It's just coming through, so I'm telling you. They're saying you always know what's right, and you're not worried about standing up for your beliefs or what you feel is right or fighting for justice. Anything else for IJ? Libra rising, right? One point you thought about law school, really? Yeah, you'd be a great judge. Like you're able to observe and assess and analyze like the right way to go about something in a favorable but objective and fair way. They're saying that if you're offered an opportunity, confidently accept this because it's a successful time for you. Do you feel like you spend enough time with like friends and family? Hey, James. I'm getting exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change in your life is happening. So you are definitely on the cusp, that cusp that you're feeling. It's funny because I'm feeling it too for myself, but I don't think I feel it as strongly for me as I do for you. But I feel it. I do. Yeah, because I have the Queen of Earth here, and it's saying that you need to make more time for the people that are in your life, make time for those around you. So I feel like that's the last piece of guidance that I have. But if you have any questions for me, let me know. You're welcome, IJ. Always a pleasure. Okay, so James, you are next. After James, I have Virgo Sun. James, I'm going to get started on your channeling right now, okay? As long as you want that to be the first thing. Have a good night, IJ. Hey Virgo, thank you for checking in. All right, James, I am done. So this is her message. She says, I have been taking liberties and risks with you and this connection. I have taken advantage of the fact that you are always there for me. It's hard to explain to you why I do what I do because none of it would make any sense to you and it wouldn't be good enough anyway. I know I do things that make you feel like I'm unconcerned with your feelings, and that's because I make myself a priority. I am hard headed and stubborn, and when I feel overstimulated, then you see the worst side of me. You think that someone like me wouldn't recognize or be self aware, but I am, and that makes things worse because I know what I'm doing. I don't have the best coping mechanisms, and you know this about me. I always, I just always feel like I'm disappointing you, and it's exhausting for both of us. And so that's the message. But like earlier when she said, when she feels overstimulated, you see the worst side of her. I also feel like right there, she was saying like when I feel like I'm being given an ultimatum or I feel like my back is up against a wall or I feel overstimulated, you see the worst of me. That's kind of like the energy there in that part of the reading is kind of what she was going through in her head. So anyways, that is what I have for the channeled message. So let's go ahead and move on to your love option 2. So James, I'm working on your love option 2 right now. If you can leave your BOGO questions with me whenever you get the chance, and those will be next. So James, first off, I have a no in terms of any new blocks or influences that you are unaware of. The overall energy, we have the Hermit. So she's in this place of exploring herself. She's taking time with herself to soul search, to reflect, to contemplate like what her next steps are going to be. She's essentially using her solitude as her own sanctuary. And I do remember my cousin Brittany saying that she really likes to protect her peace. And that's kind of where I feel like she's at right now. And that's kind of what I'm pulling with that card. All right, let's see. Thoughts, feelings, intentions. So she's definitely in this place of like, I want to stand my ground. I want to fight for my corner, stand up for what it is that I believe in. The problem is she's doing it silently. So when somebody feels that they're standing up for themselves, but they're not confronting the issue, they're not talking to someone directly, they think they're standing up for themselves by like taking time apart or ghosting or disconnecting. That is an unhealthy way to stand up for yourself, because if you were able to confront and be direct and be honest about what you're feeling, if you're feeling overwhelmed or if you're feeling stuck or if you're feeling confused, usually a healthy person with a healthy mindset would be able to verbalize that to someone else. She feels like she's standing up for herself, which is good, but she's doing it in an indirect or passive kind of way rather than confronting the situation head on with you, being open and vocal with you about this. It could be partly because she doesn't know what she's feeling. And that may be why she's handling it the way that she is, and she feels like she's doing it the best that she knows how. But that is essentially what she's doing right now, is kind of like taking a stand for herself and protecting herself. And she is making herself numero uno, like she is putting herself first throughout this process. And so because of that, her feelings are saying, you need to give me time. You need to give me space. That's really all I can say right now. And I'm sorry, like if that hurts you, but like that's where I'm at. What she's giving to the connection, we have the world. So the world a lot of times can talk about needing closure or wanting to provide closure or feeling like this cycle has come to an end. So there's some things that are kind of coming to an end for her right now. What's coming to an end, please? What's coming to an end? Okay. So she's right now, this world here is more so talking about trying to stop something or put something to an end. And I asked what, and she said her own anxiety. So right now she's kind of trying to not continue to put herself in positions where she feels overstimulated. And then I also pulled the 9 of Wands, and it's saying that right now she's refusing to compromise or give in. She's being stubborn, rigid, obstinate, defensive, and kind of careless. And that's how she's showing up for the connection. I'm trying to pull some information on the intentions here. Trying to understand the intentions. One thing I'm hearing from her. I need to pull another card. What is this? Okay, so oh wow, I'm like really stumped right now, James. So I have the Temperance card, and again, this is the card of 14. This is the card of like 14 days, 14 hours, something along those lines. The solar plexus. It's saying that she's seeking her peace. And I know that I mentioned that earlier with the Hermit card, but it's coming through again. It could just be heavy emphasis on this because that's basically her prerogative at this time. The Page of Pentacles is in reverse, saying that she is not someone that you can count on right now. Like, basically, she's saying you cannot count on me. That's her intention, is don't count on me. I'm just going to give you bad news. You cannot count on me. Maybe she's not feeling reliable. Count on me. Let me reshuffle and see if I can pull just maybe one more card here and get a little more insight into this intention. Why can't he count on her? Why can't he count on her? I think that she's not, she's only seeing her side right now. You can't count on her because she's not seeing your side, how this is affecting you. She sees your value, but I don't think that she really views you as someone who maybe that's kind of where like the channeled message is coming in, because she feels like you're not someone who will walk away from her. You're not someone who will like maybe she doesn't feel like she's going to lose you or something, James. Maybe she feels like she can always depend on you, and so therefore she's not too worried about losing you. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, that's really all I can pull right now for you. But James, if you're in here, please let me know. I've done your love option too, and I've also done your channeled message. I just need to know if you're in here now so I can know if we're moving on to your BOGO or not. Hey, Elisa. No, you're fine. Elisa, can you do me a favor and drop your question in the chat? I have you down for a mini reading. I need to know what your question is, and I'll have to come back around to you because we called on you, you know, like an hour and a half ago. So I'm going to have to put you back into rotation, okay? But just drop your question in the chat and I can get that answered tonight. Okay, Elisa, you got it, friend. I will come back around to you when I can. I'm going to give James one more minute to get his BOGO questions typed, and then if he does not answer, we're going to move on to Virgo Sun. So Virgo Sun, I have you for... Actually, I don't know what I have you down for. So Virgo Sun, if you want to kind of let me know what we're doing for you. And we will be with you very soon. Love spread, option 2. Okay, got you, Virgo. Have your first question. Elisa losing energy by trying to state case, feel powerless. Oh, I'm so sorry, Elisa. So, Virgo Sun, we're doing a BOGO and a mini love spread. You're welcome, Elisa. All right, messages from Spirit regarding the relationship, please. Oh, I see. Okay, sorry, Virgo. You confused me for a sec because you said love spread number 2. And love spread number 2 is, there's only an option for the mini love spread. Otherwise, the 10 card love spread is just the normal questions that I ask. So maybe that was confusing. So the $13 love spread is the normal one that I do for you, where it's like what they want, what their intentions are, what you want, how they feel about you, weaknesses, strengths, so on and so forth. That's the $13 love spread. It's just one option of that. And then I can do an in-depth for you as well. So that works for me if that works for you. But if you specifically wanted the questions in the mini love spread, the love option 2, then I could just do one extra question for you to kind of make up for the difference. So you just let me know. Hey, Lorraine, welcome in, friend. All right, so James, the first thing I'm getting is that there is a shift happening here in your connection. And it could just be the energies that I'm tapping into right now. Basically, it's saying that you are going from like loving, understanding. And also, James, like really quickly before I even dig into this, I want to let you know, like I'm sensing such a good energy from you. And I don't know if that's, you just said you went to visit your mom, or if you're just having like a really good day or what it is. But like, I feel like with you, I don't know. I just feel like very positive today. So I'm just throwing that out there. I feel like you've got like, a sense of humor today. Maybe today was just a good day for you, or maybe you're choosing to see like the good and the light and the happy. So when I say these things in this reading, it's not to like try to change your mind or change your outcome, but I just feel a good energy from you today. So I'm not sure, maybe you did something working out or positive mindset. I don't know what this shift is here, but it feels good to me. So I wanted to really make that clear before I got into this reading, because I like this energy and I don't want you to like change your mind because of what it is I'm saying, but I do have to say what I'm seeing. So I hope that you understand. This message from Spirit in regards to your relationship, there is a shift happening here. We have Page of Cups, which talks about like a more loving, understanding, wanting to provide comfort, wanting to be affectionate, wanting to be supportive. And it's shifting into more like a clashing situation, a less cooperative. We have the Five of Cups, which talks about like conflict, arguments, disagreement, struggle, being at opposition of one another. And so like there's this shift almost happening, maybe James, where you're kind of going from like, okay, I've been as understanding as I possibly could be, and now I'm just like getting to a point where I'm getting like a little fed up with this. So maybe I don't know what this shift is. Maybe you're, I don't know, getting some type of like, maybe you're creating some type of boundary with her, or some boundary for yourself, and that's where this empowerment and this good energy is coming from. But that's here. The second thing is I have the King of Cups in reverse. I want to throw out there this energy here of saying like, don't be too available to her. I feel like that's advice from spirit. Don't allow yourself to be too available to her. I think right now there's kind of like this tone of taking advantage and trusting that you're always going to be there because you always are there for her. And I think that sometimes when people, even if they're not doing it in a calculated way or a malicious way, they could subconsciously just feel like you're always going to be there. And because of that, they don't treat you with the level of respect and priority that they should, because they're like, well, he'll still be here. It's fine. And like, you don't want to be that person that's too available to someone, because then they're not going to give you that respect that you deserve. So I feel like Spirit is saying just kind of don't do that. I don't know. That's what I'm getting here. What other information can you give to me in regards to that? I think, James, you're kind of thinking a little more clearly today. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on, is you're thinking a little bit more practically, a little more realistically. You kind of taken your head out of the clouds, I think, when it comes to this connection, and you're looking at it through a logical lens, I suppose. Like you're saying, okay, I'm looking at the facts. This is this and that is that, and this is what I'm going to do about it. Sometimes we can get very much like in a daydream place where we're very much into the fantasy. And I think you kind of snap back out of it, or you take in your rose-colored glasses and you're like, okay, while I still have these feelings that I have to put those aside, and I have to face the facts and look at the reality of the situation. And the reality of the situation is I'm not getting that much from this right now. And so maybe just kind of looking at it from a different lens, I think might be helping assist you. I feel like you're looking at things positively. I think, James, you're just thinking to yourself, like, whatever happens here, I'm going to be okay. Whatever happens here, Patty is going to be okay. Whatever happens here, like, I don't know, it just feels very realistic. This is like a perspective based in reality today that I'm picking up for you guys. Let's see. I think that you're realizing that there's just so much that you can control, and that you maybe are relieving yourself of some of the weight that you've been carrying, because you've really been carrying this relationship generally, like 90% of it or more. You've been carrying the weight of it on yourself, on your own shoulders. And that can get very tiring after a while. And so maybe you're shifting what you feel your responsibility is to this connection at this time. And you're like, okay, there's only so much that's in my control, and there's so much that's not in my control. And I've been carrying the load of this relationship for so long. And, and James, as you're listening, if you don't feel like you're fully here, I could be just tapping into near future energy as well. But I do feel like you're realizing like there are certain things I can't control. And with that being said, I've got to relieve myself of that responsibility because I'm breaking my back here. I'm bending over backwards for something that is not giving back to me. All right, what is Patty thinking and feeling about you? All right, what is Patty thinking? What is Patty feeling? Honestly, James, I think Patty thinks you're solidly planted, like at her doorstep. Like I see here 2 of Cups, Ace of Wands, and 4 of Cups, and I feel like she just doesn't see a world in which you aren't going to always be there for her. And I think that is part of the problem right now because the world is all about balance. We see it every single day. We see it in the seasons. We see that in as above, so below, polarities. There's negative, there's positive. Everything that we do, there's like a positive and a negative. And in every lifetime that we have, as long as you believe in reincarnation, there's a karma and dharma and things needing to be restored and rebalanced. That's just the universe that we live in right now. It's just based on a balancing of scales, a positive and a negative, an above, a below. And that's just how life is. And I feel like there's a lot of imbalance in your connection that Patty is thinking and feeling. She feels that the scales are uneven. She feels that you give more to this connection. She feels that you will always be there for her. And with that being said, she's noticing that things are in her favor. Whether or not she's going to like take advantage of that, which I think she might be even subconsciously, or not, I still feel like she's aware of it. She thinks about it. She knows it. She feels it. And I think you do too, James. And I think that's why, back to the reading that we did a couple nights ago, we talk about like resentment being built within you because that scale is not balanced between the two of you. And so when she looks at you, she's saying, okay, I know he's disappointed in where things are at right now, but I'm not going to do anything about it because I don't feel a sense of urgency and I don't feel like I'm going to lose him. And it's just better for me this way. And that's kind of selfishly minded, but that is what it is. How is she feeling and thinking about him? Of course, we have Justice here because I was literally just talking about balancing the scales. How does she feel for him? How does she feel for him? So, James, she does have a soft spot for you. I have the Six of Cups. This talks about feeling a comfort that you provide to her, that she doesn't, your connection is unique. It's different. It's not like anyone else. At the same time, the Five of Swords came out, and this indicates that she knows she has the upper hand. What is she thinking and feeling for him? We have the Two of Pentacles. Again, I'm talking about lack of balance here. That's literally what the Two of Pentacles and the Justice means. What is she feeling and thinking for him? It's showing that she's feeling inflexible, a little inflexible. Like, I think earlier I said not wanting to compromise. How does she feel for James in a romantic connection? How does she feel for James in a romantic connection? So you're coming through as the Queen of Wands in reverse. This talks about being a moralistic person who tries to impose their values on other people. So I think maybe she's worried about you pushing an agenda with her. And I think that I kind of picked that up a little bit before, where she felt like she might have to change to be someone else in order to be in a relationship with you. Let's see. How does she feel towards him in a romantic connection? She does feel that you would, protect her in the connection. She does feel like you would offer stability. And you would be someone that she could depend on. That you would be a good husband or boyfriend. But with that being said, that would require her to change and be the mold that you want her to be. Or that's at least how she's perceiving it. I think truthfully, James, what I'm picking up here at the bottom line is that she knows that your feelings for her will supersede any action that she takes, and therefore she doesn't take any action because she knows at the end of the day you're going to be there for her. And so she feels, okay, well then if that's the case, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. Take my time, take my space, and we'll figure it out later on. If those things come to terms with that. I think the reason why you leave these readings maybe a little confused, and why I do too, is because she does see all your positive attributes. She sees provider, stability, loyal, dependable, protector, etc. She also sees what she perceives to be your flaws. And I think that she feels that she would have to change herself in order to meet you where you want her to be. And I think that truly is what holds her up in terms of commitment. So the reason why we feel confused is because how can she think all these amazing things about you and still also not want to be with you? And that's the only common theme that I can come to a conclusion about as to why she doesn't move forward. So there's that. That's pretty heavy stuff. But yeah, James, that is what I've got for you. So we are going to move on to Virgo Sun. Virgo Sun is a love spread. If anybody else wants to donate, feel free to do so. I probably will be closing my list soon, though. Okay, so Virgo, love spread to Nathaniel and you. You've known him for a while, hanging out next week. Okay. Love spread for Virgo Sun and Nathaniel. Oh, did you go on a date today, Virgo? So they're saying the relationship will be successful. I am getting a yes. We have the Eight of Pentacles. That you guys have enough desire and energy and effort to put into this. It may require some work a little bit here and there. Like, I don't think every relationship is easy. I don't think everything's going to go perfect and seamless. And if it does, to me, I feel it's a little questionable. Obviously, you don't want to have the same fights or be in a cycle or see a pattern and having to deal with these things over and over, but working through something and then letting that stay in the past and learning from it and moving forward and never having to go back to that problem again is healthy. So I feel like there are going to be some things where you guys are having to like work through these things together, but I see there's enough effort and desire and energy to put towards it from both sides. So will the relationship be successful? I think you will be very pleased and happy with this connection. I think this is a relationship of a lot of fun that you guys will have together, a lot of positivity, freedom, fun, optimism, success. I think that you're both attracted to each other. I think that you both radiate like a lot of excitement towards one another, enthusiasm. This could also be a connection in which you have another child together. So these are some things that are hidden that you might not know about. The energy around the relationship is Nine of Cups. So that's saying your wishes are coming true, your dreams are being realized. This is just like a lot of fulfillment within this connection specifically. Rescheduled it for tomorrow, but I don't even want to go. I lose interest so easily. He didn't do anything. You just not in a good mood. That makes sense. It's okay. That's all right. The energy around the relationship, though, for this person, you and Nathaniel, is really good. Very positive, fulfilling, full of a lot of wishes coming true, meaningful commitment, that kind of thing. What pulls you apart? We have... Wait, where am I here? Energy around the relationship. So what pulls you apart and what brings you together? You might get stuck in a rut in this relationship sometimes. Virgo sun, so you have the Knight of Pentacles and what pulls you apart. So just be careful not to fall too much into a routine, because while that might be very comforting, I think that your relationship thrives on fun and excitement and like doing things together that are intentional. It doesn't mean you have to go out and spend all this money and travel to here and there and everywhere. But even if you're staying home or you're being intimate or you're like, just be careful not to fall too much in a routine is basically what I'm saying. Don't be afraid to kind of switch things up here and there. And then I have, for what brings you together, we have the Page of Pentacles. You guys really know how to build a life together. The Page of Pentacles talks about your ability to set goals and achieve them, being open-minded, definitely willing to like learn one another, understand one another, and just kind of build a life together. You said, that's funny, this guy's been pursuing me, Nathaniel. I told him no in the past, wasn't ready 2 months ago. Oh, wow. That's really nice. He's all about self-care and bettering himself, which is awesome. Yeah, you definitely have that ability to like build a dream life together. James, I donated for an in-depth. Okay, what will bring Patty and I together? James, I have your question and I have you for the in-depth. So I will add you in. And then Emwins, I also have you for an in-depth, so I will add you in as well. If anybody wants to leave their question with me, they can. Otherwise, stick around for your turn. So we talked about strengths and weaknesses. Okay, what does he want? He's looking for stability. He's here, the Emperor. He's saying, I'm husband material. Somebody make me a husband. I feel like he really likes the idea of commitment. And I think that honestly, if anybody gets you guys stuck into a routine, it's going to be him, which is kind of funny because I was like, well, what could be perceived as a weakness? You guys get stuck in a rut, but I think he might be the one doing it, because the Emperor energy is, he wants stability, he wants consistency, he wants routine, and he wants predictable, because that's where I think he feels safe. So it might require you to be a little spicy minx that, changes things up. And I think he'll enjoy that. But I think he's really looking for like his family. He's looking to be rooted and grounded. And you're looking for like a super exciting, passionate love where you both feel like super physically attracted to one another. You find your partner, but I think you're more into the like excitement and the passion and the just can't keep your hands off of each other. And, if he follows through and says that he's going to do something, he does it, and he shows up and he's consistent, and, he keeps his promises, those kinds of things. I think you're the one that's wanting to like keep things exciting. And I think that's what you're looking for. But it's great because it's a good balance between the two of you. Hey, Melissa, no, I'm just doing donations right now. Okay, so for their intentions, we have the Five of Pentacles. He's saying he's tired of being alone. Honestly, I think he just wants to find his partner. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Clarifying it, he's saying that, he wants his win. He's tired of feeling like everyone else has gotten theirs and he hasn't gotten his. He wants to find his person. He's tired of being alone. And he feels about you that you are someone that I think he could fall for. You are loving and caring and nurturing and interesting and smart and beautiful. And you were coming through as well as the Empress, so like a dream girl. And I think that he really feels like you're the person that can answer his prayers, basically. He is Mr. Routine. Oh, that's so funny. So yeah, Virgo Sun, that is what I have for the first question, but we're doing an in-depth for you, I think, if I'm not mistaken, for the second part of your donation. And I didn't see a question, so if I missed it, just let me know. James says, or no, you said he loves commitment. You think it scared you in the beginning. You felt pressure. He's Mr. Routine. That's so funny. James, I'm delayed on listening to the reading, but I'm hearing the first of BOGO. I do feel really good. All right, let me text message him. Melissa, you're not bothering me, friend. Virgo says, I can tell. Yeah. I just posted the donation list so that everyone knows where they are. Okay. How will Nathaniel treat me in this connection? How will Nathaniel treat Virgo in this connection? Your dad made you cry. So you took a walk. This reading cheered you up. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Wow. But sorry about that though. That's awful. Parents can be ruthless, man. How will Nathaniel treat Virgo in this connection? All right, so right out the gate, we have Six of Pentacles. You are going to find a lot of reciprocation from this person. He's very generous. Whatever it is you do for him, he wants to repay you. Nothing but pentacles are coming out right now. So he wants to share with you, like, he finds joy in sharing with you in a relationship. So, for instance, if you want to eat off his plate, that might take him back a little bit, but he'll be like, go ahead, I want to make you happy. He'll save the last bite for you. He'll bring you home something that he feels that you would really like or appreciate, or would just put a smile on your face. Gifts of appreciation may be a way that he likes to give love. But it doesn't have to necessarily mean, oh, here's a gift, let me wrap it for you, give it to you for you to unwrap. It could literally be something as simple as buying your favorite candy bar, or, like I said, saving the last bite of something for you. Essentially, he just wants to make you happy, and there's a lot of generosity. So Virgo Sun, a lot of what you put into this connection with Nathaniel, he will want to give back to you as well. So I feel like there's just this mutual appreciation and reciprocation in your connection. He offers like stability, security, maturity. He's here as the King of Pentacles, and he came in the last reading as the Emperor. So he's definitely like, I'm a husband. Somebody make me a husband. He'll work with you. He'll compromise. He's very dedicated, attention to detail. So he might be the type of partner where he'll know your favorite order at Starbucks, or, if you're like, hey, I'm going to send you a list to the grocery store, he wants to make sure he's getting specifically what it is that you want. So his attention to detail is like very, very attentive. We also have the Four of Wands here. So he's saying that he's here for marriage. So he will treat you like a life partner, like a girlfriend. I don't think he has a hot head. He seems very calm, even keeled, down to earth. So he's going to approach things like very level headed. Also, I think that he would rather face issues head on, work through them, and move on from them. We have the Judgment card. So he feels like everything that you go through is worth like taking a look at deeper. Saying, okay, I'm sorry about this. I'll try better next time. And you guys really just tried to make sure that, you know, your arguments or disagreements are constructive so you don't have to revisit them. I also have here that he will provide you with like hope and support, and if there's any kind of like dream that you have, he'll try to make it a reality. Again, I'm seeing a lot of positive things here, so there is something that's like not so great coming through. We have the Two of Swords, so I think that he could have issues with making decisions. I think because I asked why and I have the Eight of Swords. So he could feel like worried that he's going to make the wrong choice. So it might take him a long time to come to a conclusion about something or make a decision about something. He could just be basically based out of fear or worry or feeling pressure. So he might require a little more time to do things, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't care about you or want to do these things with you. It could just mean that he has a hard time making decisions about stuff. So some things might be, he might say, hey, why don't you decide? Because like that would just make things easier for me. Eight of Swords talks about like paralyzing fear or paralyzing decision making. So he just might have a hard time, especially when it comes to like making big choices. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Virgo. Let me know if you have any questions about that. You're welcome, Virgo Sun. That's okay. That happens sometimes. Whenever I say Virgo Sun, I think like Virgo Sun, like SON, and it's just making me laugh. Okay. Elisa. This is for Elisa here. Virgo, have a good night. All right, Elisa, I'm not sure if you're in here right now. If you are, feel free to check in with me. Elisa says, I had a fallout with my mother and sister 2 weeks ago. Situation seems irremediable. Irremediable? Like irreconcilable? I hope that's what you're asking or saying. I'm really upset still. How will I be able to heal myself from this? Losing energy by trying to state my case, feeling powerless. It feels unfair and lonely. Dang, Elisa, I'm so sorry to hear this. Okay, so the first thing that I have right now, Lisa, is sensitive emotions, times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. So I know that this has been going on for a couple of weeks, and chances are this is not like the first issue that you guys have had in this life, but maybe it seems like one of the most explosive or like the biggest things, and you feel like you're not being heard. Okay, Virgo, that sounds good. But what I will say is that when we have fallouts like this, our emotions are very heightened. We're very sensitive to it. You are probably feeling that way. So is your mom and your sister. And sometimes because these feelings are heightened, it can feel like more extreme than what it actually is, just because our feelings are more hurt. If we're more emotional, if we're more sensitive, the things that they're saying can hit deeper and feel like more painful. And so I think what Spirit is trying to say here is just be gentle with yourself, give yourself grace. And also, while it's important that you feel like there's hope or that you will be able to repair this relationship, right now you guys are just going through the motions. If this is like, one of the bigger arguments and disagreements that you've had, or if this seems like the worst one, it's clearly going to take a lot more time to work through these things. What I will say is that if they're not willing to hear it, like there's nothing that you can do. And that's shitty. And that sucks. And I'm so sorry. I feel like the only solution or modality that I can suggest to you would be something that requires a third-party observer, like counseling or therapy, where other people can bring things to their attention. Because sometimes when we hear something from someone that we don't want to hear, it falls on deaf ears. And it's really unfortunate because you can tell them something and they don't hear you, and then someone else outside of you guys tells them something and then they hear it, and you're like, wait, I've said that, like I said that exact same thing, but it's because they're offended by you or you're offended by them that no one's hearing each other. You said your mom lied to your face. They just abandoned you. I'm so sorry. I just feel like that is really the only way, by having like a third party involved. But again, they would have to want it, because they have their own free will. And essentially, they would have to care more about you and your relationship with in their relationship with you than their own ego. And the question is that where they're at right now? Right? It almost seems like they're more concerned about winning, they're more concerned about their ego, they're more concerned about being right than they care about repairing the relationship with you. And that's a really unfortunate place to be in. I do feel, though, that you said they do not apparently. I'm so sorry. So counseling or therapy might be like a non-starter just because they have to want it too, and they have to care. Exactly, I speak. It sounds toxic. And so with that being said, I have family. I have someone actually in mind that I know they're never going to change. And I have to stop trying to change them. And I have to stop. Well, I do. I don't try to change them anymore. But it took me a long time to get to this point where I'm like, you're not going to see my side. You're never going to see my side. You're never going to see what you did wrong. You're never going to change. And because of that, I'm removing myself from the equation. And it sucks because a lot of times people say, oh, well, that's family. Okay. It doesn't matter. Like, family or not, you wouldn't tolerate this kind of behavior from a friend, right? Why are you tolerating it from someone just because they're family? So it's like you kind of have to discern and like gauge for yourself, where are you guys at? Are you in this place of like unrepairable, irreconcilable, concilable? I can't even say that word. Are you guys past the point of no return? Because if that's the case, Elisa, then you need to try to figure out ways to heal yourself and not have expectations for them, and really just say, okay, that's fine. If this is how you feel, that's all right. It sucks. This wouldn't be my first choice, but I need to protect myself. Therefore, I'm removing myself from the equation. And abandonment is a deep wound, and it is not something that's easy to heal from it, Elisa. But what I can tell you is you're never going to heal from it if you keep putting yourself back in that situation over and over and over again. So you have to essentially break ties with these people if you feel you're at the point of no return. Yeah, you're so welcome. Yeah, absolutely. If you're like, no, there's no repair happening here, there's no reconcile happening here, then you need to remove yourself. You need to cut them out, cut them off, and allow yourself to heal. I absolutely believe that you can heal from this. I'm a walking example of it, I promise you. It's just hard. An abandonment wound runs deep. Abandonment is a defining life moment, and you feel like the people that are supposed to love you and be there for you and ride or die and not hurt you are your family. And unfortunately, in certain circumstances, that is not the case. You see it all the time where these people will choose other things. They'll choose romantic partners over their family. They'll fall into the disease of addiction and choose their drug of choice over their family. They'll choose their egos over family. Like, there's a lot that can happen, and I don't think that just because they're family you should keep putting yourself in the situation over and over again. Clearly, Elisa, like, everything you're doing and trying to do is not working, and you can't force someone to see your side. They have to want to. It's just so difficult to have this happen now again. I wasn't the person. Yeah, I get it. I think so. I just pulled another card and I have Soda Light here, and they're saying make healthy and supportive new connections. They're saying, I feel like they want you to say, number one, have grace with yourself. Take care of yourself first, protect your own peace, be gentle with yourself, forgive yourself as well, because there might be some things that you wish that you had done differently, or handle yourself in a different manner. Give yourself grace that you felt that you were being targeted or ganged up on, and that you just did what you could in that moment. But at the heart of it all, you still feel like you have points that weren't being heard, and they're saying separate yourself from that and move forward to more healthy, supportive connections, even if it's not going to be them. Do you get what I mean? It is going to take time, but bottom line, as I mentioned before, you're never going to heal from this if you keep putting yourself back in the situation with them. You have to move away from them. You have to get out of this situation. Yeah. Okay. Because, like, the thing is, too, and, like, the last thing I'll say, because I just saw where you said they treat you like you're disposable. You will continue to feel disposable if you continue to expose yourself to them. You have to remove yourself from it. You're going to breathe better. You're going to feel better. And it's probably going to hurt like hell. But what's going to hurt more? Removing yourself from the equation, being able to heal and finding new relationships and connections, even if it's not right out the gate. At some point, you are going to find people who feel like family. And right now, you're going to put yourself first. While you won't have those relationships anymore, what really are you losing? What are you really losing? I think you're going to hurt yourself more by staying around and trying to work through this with them, with people that don't want to see your side, with people that don't care about you or support you. You know, like, it might be hard to pull yourself away from them and just say, forget it. I'm washing my hands of the situation. That may be hard, but I think it's also hard to stay in it with someone who's not trying to work with you and not putting your feelings as a priority. Yeah. Like, both situations are going to hurt, but only one way can you heal. And only one way are you going to be able to move past it. Otherwise, you're just going to keep staying frozen in time. Oh, I speak. You're totally fine. I don't mind that kind of stuff. I welcome it. I welcome other perspectives in a reading if you feel inclined to reach out. Sorry, Elisa. You're welcome. I speak. Yes, she said it's okay to ask for support, Elisa. You're not doing anything wrong by doing that. You're not too much. It's not your fault. How they react and treat you is on them. Fully agree. All right, so I am going to run to the restroom really quickly. And then I will be back to work on... Oh, wait. I got to add Virgo to the list. Lisa says, thank you so much, Luna and Truth. Thank you, ladies. You're welcome. All right, hey friends, I am back. James, I read what you said. Yes, exactly. The last part is dead on. So that's why I said, like, I feels like you're in a good headspace, so I didn't really want to say anything that was going to kind of take you out of that headspace, but at the same time, you're asking these questions, and I am going to tell you the truth. So, I see that your in-depth reading is for what will bring Patty and you together. Just to confirm, that is still the question that you would like to ask. Is that correct? Phew! Okay. Shuffling now for you. Oh, this is the game you were playing on your Asus the other day?
Yeah.
So, James, she really needs to face her fears. She feels that she's under, I guess, like, I don't know if she's stressed about this, but like pressure to make a decision, I suppose. She's here as the Two of Swords, not really being expressive to you, because Knight of Cups talks about romantic expression. And the Two of Swords here is just kind of talking about how she's just kind of sitting on the fence. Like, she's not really working towards a decision. I constantly see this imagery for her where she's kind of like sitting there deciding between two things, or there's always like this path that's diverging into two, like a fork in the road for her. It's like a lot of imagery that I get where it's like she's kind of sitting there and like not really choosing. Thank you, Virgo. She's doing herself a disservice. In all honesty, I don't feel like she's in a good place right now, and I get the sense she may be using again. Oh, James, that's not good. Oh no, that's not good at all. But that's definitely would make a lot of sense, though. Definitely pulling for her, like, selfishness for sure. And when people are doing that, they are in a selfish mindset. They're not really wanting to see, like, healthiness. They're wanting to ignore the healthiness because they're looking for instant gratification. The feeling you get, got you. But yeah, so like what's gonna bring you guys together is when she's able to face her fears, when she's able to be more direct and not so passive. When she's able to see the offer that's on the table as a viable one. What is going to bring them together? What is going to bring them together? I think honestly, James, too, this is interesting because I have the Five of Wands here like I had in the other reading. What's going to bring you guys together? Five of Wands. That sounds weird, right? That sounds counterintuitive, counterproductive. But I think you guys may need like a all-out, brawl-out moment. Like where you guys are passionately expressing what you're thinking, what you're feeling, saying the ugly truths, like, you know, coming to a point of conflict with one another where you're not scared to put it all out there. Because James, you may be worried to like scare her away. by like really being honest with her. And I think that maybe what would bring you guys together at some point is really having that heart to heart, but not holding back, like really just putting it all out there. Because the Five of Wands says conflict, arguing, disagreeing, struggling, opposition, battles, aggression, clashing personalities, like maybe being defensive of yourself, maybe really just putting it all out there on the line. That way you guys could see the passion that you guys have for one another, really just kind of put it all out there on the table. It might be like where it's going to require neither of you being scared and really telling each other like what it is. And on the other token of that, judgment. So hearing what each other has to say and really taking to heart what she has to say to you. What are her qualms? What is her hesitation? And if she's saying something bad about you that you don't want to hear, but you need to listen to what she has to say truthfully with an open heart and not non-bias. And vice versa. She needs to be able to hear what you're saying without focusing too much on her perspective and her point of view. She needs to be able to hear what you have to say, and what her flaws are and what she needs to work on. Like I almost feel like you guys need this clashing, this point of conflict. Like you guys need to really just kind of have that moment where you're not holding back and you're really telling each other what the F is going on and what you're thinking and feeling. And then I see here with the Death card after that is saying that this will bring about a transformation. And you will see the light at the end of the tunnel after this. 9 of Wands. It's like you guys got to have that battle. You guys need to not be scared to chase each other off and hurt each other's feelings. And when I say hurt each other's feelings, I don't mean just hurt each other's feelings. I mean like tell each other you're in love with each other. Like, you know, just really kind of not hold back and just, you know, everything's got to come to a head. And so this could be a lesson for you. This could be a lesson for her. It's going to end up with like a total explosion of feelings that's going to come to a head. And I think that's what will bring you guys together. But, you know, before all of that, she's got to face her fears of whatever her fears are. And you might have to face your fears of like worrying about running her off. Like maybe you're scared to say too much because you like don't want to make her feel like she's got an ultimatum. You don't want to make her feel like you did too much and then you kind of like you know, scared her off or scared her away. You got to just not give a flying F about whether or not this is going to, you got to not be in a place, you got to face your fears and like not be worried about how she's going to react. This is simply a conversation that happens because you really want to just say your piece and you don't really care how she's going to react. You don't really care if it's going to hurt her feelings, because I think that feelings need to be hurt, both sides. I think feelings also need to be expressed, both sides. I think desires need to be expressed. I think essentially like we need to not be worried about how the other person is going to react and really just say what's on our minds and what's on our hearts when we have the opportunity. So maybe that's where you guys are working towards right now, you know, because of that imbalance. And maybe as you move forward, you will get to that point where you're just like, look, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna say it. And I'm not going to worry about how this is going to affect her or what this is going to make her feel, because I'm going to speak my truth. And I think she needs to be in a position to do that for you as well. But I think those are things that are going to bring you guys together. But it'll be scary. Do you have any questions about that? M wins. You are next. You kind of didn't want it to have to go like that. I know. I know. But I think, James, she needs to feel scared. Not like scared like you're going to hurt her, but like she needs to feel scared to lose you. She needs to feel like, holy shit, I really am about to screw this up. I don't feel that she feels that threatened. I don't feel that she feels that sense of urgency. I don't think she's really that worried at all. And because of that, she's not being triggered to grow. And maybe it's not going to bring resolve immediately. Maybe it's going to break you guys apart for a little while. But I think that behind the scenes, it is going to be the thing that compels you guys together. All right, M wins. Energies surrounding the relationship with the Libra in the coming weeks. Energy surrounding the relationship with the Libra. So you're having a hard time seeing each other's perspective. Like you're having a hard time seeing each other's side. You have this one way and he's like can't understand it. And I think that's really like the difficulty here is like the ability for you guys to get on the same page. What are their differences? What's the problem here? So there are some things that you feel are going to make you feel fulfilled and happy, and it's not being accommodated by him. This is causing disagreement. We have the 5 of Wands here. Moving forward over the next couple of weeks, I have the Emperor and the Devil. So the Emperor is saying that there's not going to be much change in the coming weeks. The Emperor is someone who is like, I'm set in my ways. And the devil here indicates that the hardships that you guys have been going through is still very heavy around you guys in the coming weeks. That sucks. I'm sorry. I feel like Spirit is saying in the coming weeks, don't expect a lot of change. How many weeks? How many weeks are we talking here? How many weeks? I'm thinking at a minimum the next month, but it could extend into 6 to 8 weeks that you'll be feeling this way. There's going to require like a different approach for you guys, and I'm glad to hear you're going to see each other. I have the card strategy, so it's saying that it's almost like you guys have to make a change, like have a different approach. You can, that's something that I will say is that it's like my quote that tarot readings are like interim reports or report cards. Essentially, they're letting you know where you're at right now. If you don't like what you hear, you can use your own free will to influence an outcome to change. So if you're like, okay, this isn't sounding great to me, then make some changes. And that's kind of what I was about to go into here, is that I have strategy. So the way in which that you guys have been going about this is not going to be beneficial for the two of you. It's going to be like the most beneficial way. So Spirit is saying like maybe there's a different way that you can approach this and strategize. Just don't keep doing the same thing that you've been doing. There's you can add another modality. You can add a third person perspective. We have community, so sometimes you can add a third person observer, someone who loves and cares about you and him equally, and there's no bias, bringing them into the equation to see if maybe they can help mediate, or if you've only handled the situation like one specific way, maybe trying to think of a different way to approach this topic with him might be better. Like if you always are just getting mad, then maybe you try to come at it from an angle of love instead, and understanding and openness. You could also do therapy and counseling if you feel like you guys are at that point. So I think coming at it from a different perspective would definitely help shift things for you. Right, I need to keep reminding myself of that. I'm trying to set my ego to the side and was apologizing for misinterpreting what he said earlier. Are you the type of person who doesn't really like to apologize, or do you feel like you apologize a lot? Are you always the one apologizing to him? Or do you feel like he never really hears you admit that you're wrong? Okay, that's good. So that might be something where he feels like maybe you can articulate yourself better. So therefore, he feels like you always have a way to like set yourself up to be the one in the right, to be the one that's always right. So he may feel like he's always the one being targeted and like letting you down and disappointing you. So hearing an apology from you, I think, is going to be important. And that's kind of what I mean by approaching things in a different way than what you typically would, to help kind of soften him and make him a little more receptive and open to what it is that you have to say. So if there's things that you can do, if you go into it hot and you're just like yelling at him, maybe don't do that. If you're not aggressive enough, maybe you have to be a little bit more assertive and direct. Like essentially whatever it is you've been doing wasn't working, and so we have to think of a different way to approach this. I feel like it'll be so much easier. We can see each other face to face so we can evaluate our texts. So I have a question for you too, because you said his phone isn't working to make calls or receive calls. Can you send voice clips to each other? Is that a possibility? I don't know what kind of phones you guys have, but another option too is downloading an app like Voxer, where it's not phone calls, but you can send voice clips to each other. Just to kind of help you guys, because like I said, I'm trying to strategize with you, right? Trying to think of different ways that you guys can handle things. Okay, so maybe trying voice clips is important. I actually had this conversation with my sister like a month or two ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. But, we realize that a lot gets misconstrued via text. Even if we try to be as careful as possible, sometimes an argument can happen because we're sending a text, and this is just something that we've come to the conclusion over the years. And so, like, you can't really hear someone's tone of voice. You might read it differently. So if you can't make calls, that's okay. But maybe try sending voice clips to each other. There's, other workarounds that might be possible. I just know if this lingers into the week, I don't know I can continue this relationship without resolution. I see what you're saying. What's today? Sunday. So you got a couple days before you're going to be able to see each other. Yeah, that's tough. Essentially, what I can say is that the biggest takeaway is trying really hard to approach things differently, do things differently, because what's currently happening isn't working. And if you're not able to, you might continue to see the same trajectory moving forward in the coming weeks, which I know is not what you want. Damn. I feel like he really likes you. Like I'm kind of like trying to tap into his energy a little bit. And I feel like he's really into you. And maybe you guys just have like a bad way of communicating with each other. It could just come down to the way in which you guys communicate. I feel like he just really wants to see you. And I think, wait, is this a connection that was, sorry, hold on. My husband's taking out the trash and it's so loud. Hold on. I was saying, is this the person that you guys are a little at a distance from each other? I don't want you to think that just because it's a new relationship that it's already going to be a bunch of red flags, because you guys have already had so much happen. Because sometimes we can carry past stuff into relationships. Like sometimes we don't realize we have unresolved baggage, and it's an adjustment. Like when you get into a relationship with someone, I don't care what they say, it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies and like a honeymoon. Especially if you have like real stuff that's getting in the way. When you enter a relationship with someone, it's an adjustment. It's a life-changing event, and it's not always going to be amazing. in the beginning. Should it be? Yeah, probably. But I think that it's still an adjustment period. And I think that there's a misconception that everything's going to be amazing. And that's not realistic because you guys are still getting to know each other. You're getting to learn each other. There's things that are coming up that you've never experienced together before. And if you think about unresolved stuff that you're bringing into the relationship, that might cause a little bit of friction. um, so I think that we have to kind of keep that in mind and give ourselves a little bit of grace. I understand have to be different to get different results. Can I donate 5 extra? Yeah, that's fine. If you want to donate a little more for some message cards, I can do that for you. He told you he's in love with you. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, I think that he's crazy about you. We've told each other, but sometimes it doesn't always reflect, especially when we're apart. It's okay. We live an hour apart. Not at all. We established a strong foundation, which is what led us to make it official. So that's what I mean, is that you guys are still learning each other, It's still early days. Things are still gonna come up. I mean, it's to be expected. It's like when you have a baby, like you just met this person, like you're learning who they are, you're learning their cues, you know, you're trying to understand them, like you just met each other. Like in when you are entering in a new relationship, a new bond with somebody, you're still learning about them. You're still discovering about them. You're learning what makes them tick. I mean, it is going to be an adjustment period. Get it all out the way in the beginning is what I have to say, so that way you can have an amazing life together. You're welcome. Absolutely. Okay, so let's pull some message cards for you. 1 second. All right, messages from him, please. Messages from him. I feel like he's hanging on your last word, M. I feel like ultimately he wants to make you happy. Like I feel like he's like, I want to make you happy. Like you just tell me what you need me to do. He says, I wish I could take back what I said, or maybe he wishes he could take back how he said it. I think there are some ways that he feels he does not converse with you, though he doesn't like know how to say what he's thinking, and sometimes it can come across the wrong way. He's saying I have walls up. He says, I want to be close to you. I want to be close to you. And I think even though he's ignoring you and he's taking space, he's still paying close attention to how you're acting throughout this process. So like he might be, even if he's ignoring you, he's still looking at his phone. He's still like, did she text me? Like is she still talking to me? Even if he's not doing anything, he's still paying attention to what you're doing, because he's looking for you. Like he's looking to see if you're reaching out to him during this time. Good. I'm glad you're vocalizing. Messages from him. He says, I'm fighting for us. He hasn't given up. I wish I knew where your head was at. I want to know you better. But he is saying right now he needs some distance. So that may be what's going on here. But you're still with him, and he's still thinking about you, even if he's not talking to you. I keep getting the message it feels like the ball is in your court, so he may feel like you have the upper hand here in some capacity, in some way. He says, I miss you. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. I'm so happy to hear that. He says, I want you. You get under my skin. One more message, please. One more message. He does have regrets for sure with how he's gone about this. One more message from him to M, please. He says, I'm just so confused. I'm overthinking everything I say and do. I think he just needs a little time right now. Okay? I think that he could do better with reassuring you and saying, hey, I'm still here. I still care about you. You know, if you need me, I'm here, but I need some time, you know? Like, I think he could do a little bit better about reassuring you. So that's something he needs to work on. Yeah, so that's what I have for you, friend. Hang in there. I don't think it's worth throwing in the towel yet. I think you guys have some fight left in you, okay? You're very welcome. I hope you have a good night. Try to get some rest. James, yeah, that's fine. All right, Virgo. Okay, let me shuffle for you now. Hopefully you're in here. This is for Virgo. This is for the add-on in-depth reading. Question in the notes. Got it. Thanks, James. You're going to be next and last, okay? Okay. So this is for Virgo. Oh my goodness. Okay, so first out, Virgo Sun, we have Four of Wands. So I think it's gonna go amazing. I don't really use that word that much, do I? I think it's gonna go amazing. I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. I think you're gonna feel very comfortable. The Four of Wands feels like coming home. So I think that there's just this level of comfort that he provides to you that, you're just like, this is amazing. It says that it's a successful date that you have together. There's another message here. Hold on. I'm right on the cusp of it. Give me a second. He might have a surprise for you too, Virgo. Like he might do something for you that kind of is really to kind of like please you and make you happy. I feel like he might like bring you something as like a token for the first date. I feel like he kind of wants to surprise you or do something for you on this date. Could be like bringing you like flowers or I don't know, something like that. Um, but you walk away feeling like it's a success. I feel like this date happens in a social setting where there's like other people around. Either like the majority of the date is around other people or like all of it is. I feel like it goes off without a hitch. I feel like he shows up on time or early. You do as well. I think that it's a date that does not get canceled. I think that it's something I don't even want to put that out there. Take it back. Take it back. I think it's just one that goes. You guys have a date planned, a time, and it goes smoothly. Both of you show up. You want to be there for it. Um, a lot of times too, when I see the Four of Wands, it's like you walk away with a feeling that your dating life is like leveling up. Like you feel like you guys are taking things to the next level. So you might walk away already having a second date planned potentially. I feel like he compliments you on your appearance, how well put together you are, how beautiful you look that day. This definitely feels like progress. Well, I think the comfort also makes you feel like, okay, I can indulge a little bit here. Of course, you're holding back, but like, I think if you're getting a coffee, you're getting like something that you love. Maybe you're like, oh, usually you might pay attention to the calories in a drink, for example, and here you're kind of like, I'm gonna treat myself. So like if you're going to dinner, normally if you get a salad, you're gonna probably get a pasta. You might have a glass of wine. Like I don't know, I just feel like there's a little bit of indulging that happens here because of the comfort that this person brings you. You're kind of like, oh, okay, I can relax. I don't have to be like, super on it and on. Like you just kind of can be yourself a little bit. So you kind of break the ice pretty quickly, I feel, with this connection. Let's see. How does it go? How does it go? He's like making me feel like he like feels like a hug. I don't know if there's something with his arms, like you really like his arms or like his chest. I don't know if there's like something very comforting in like his presence, but I just keep feeling like immediately you're put at ease. I think you're very content and interested. I think that the conversation is stimulating, or whatever you're doing holds your interest. Like, I don't think you're bored. And I don't think you're doing anything either that makes you feel uncomfortable. So, you're not doing something that you've never done before. Does that make sense? Like, you're not going hang gliding or parasailing, or like, you're not doing something you've never done before. Now, you might like adrenaline kind of um, dates. Those might feel very fun to you, but that might be reserved more for like a second date. I think the nerves are already pretty high for, first date. Sorry, I got disconnected. I think this is your first date. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, I keep saying it's your first date, so if I'm wrong, just correct me. But I feel like nerves are already pretty high. You kind of want to do something that's a little more in your comfort level. But I do think that you guys might do more fun, exciting things. Like, moving forward, date 2 or 3 might be more like an adrenaline rush type of, or like a more physical activity. We'll put it that way. Like you're doing something with your hands, like archery or mini golf or rock climbing, or I don't know. You know what I mean? I hope you get what I'm saying. Um, a more active type of date might happen like later on, but I think the first date is more like you're doing something that's not like out of the norm. I feel like it's pretty predictable in a sense, in terms of what it is that you're doing, but I think that the date is not boring at all. I think it holds your interest. I think you're very much like focused on this and stimulated. And now I feel like I'm repeating the message. So I think this might be where this reading ends. But I definitely feel like it's a success. You feel like you won. You feel like you're the first choice, you're the priority. There's like a lot of goodwill in this date. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Oh, you're looking forward to it. So happy to hear that. All right, last reading of the night, and then I'll be signing off. I am off on Mondays and Tuesdays per usual. You guys should see me back here on Wednesday. I know Wednesdays, it's been a recent trend where I do offline readings, so that may happen, but probably not. And if it does, you can always find out if I'm doing offline readings by following me on Instagram. My stories always keep you up to date on what I'm doing for the day. But either way, you guys will see me on Wednesday. All right, how will she react to you dating someone else? How will Patty react to James dating someone else? James, it will make you more desirable to her, but not just because you're going on dates. So, like, I feel like she'll try to, like, detach herself from, like, okay, so if she knows you're going on a date, she's going to try not to feel anything about that. She's going to detach herself from that and be like, okay, maybe it's not going to work out. And he just needs to go sow his wild oats. So she's really going to try to feel indifferent about it and not be too attached to any outcome. I think underneath all of that, it is going to make her feel uncomfortable. But I think that she's not, you're welcome, Virgo. She's not going to try to take it to heart too strongly. But if you go on a second date with this person, she knows about it, or a third or a fourth, or it looks like it's moving towards a relationship, that's when her feelings are going to start to get more involved. And I think that she's going to, the more you build a connection with someone else, the more she's going to be desiring you. And that is because she has a wound of wanting someone who's not available to her. And I think that's why she doesn't go for you right now, is because you are too available to her. So as long as you're not dating anyone else, she's like, fine, he's available. So I don't like need to rush into this. So I think what's going to happen is I think it's going to bother her. It's going to get under her skin if she sees you going on a date with someone. But as long as it's a lot of first dates, she's not going to feel too threatened. I think it's when she starts to feel you're getting serious about someone else, that's when her feelings are going to start to kick in and she's going to become more aware of them and therefore desiring you more. This is going to trigger her to want you because she knows that you're not going to be available to her because you're pursuing someone else. I don't know if that's necessarily what you want to hear, but I think that's when she's going to start going for you. I think she's going to try to start like texting you more, asking you to spend more time with you, so on and so forth. Now, this is with consideration that she is currently clean. I don't think it's really going to matter either way if she's using again. I just want to make that clear. But so long as she's clean and she's just on the straight and narrow and all of that, this is the outcome. This is what's going to happen. You probably will hear from her more. She might be more expressive in her feelings with you. But again, that's just because she has that wound of wanting someone who isn't available because it's less scary for her. If you're not available to her, it's less scary to put yourself out there, which is weird because I feel like you're more inclined to be rejected by someone who is not available, but it's less on the line. It's less risky. It kind of sounds counterintuitive or counterproductive, right? Because if someone's dating someone and they're not available to you, you're less scared to tell them how you feel, but you're more likely to be rejected. So why would that feel more comfortable? But that's because she has the wound of people not being available to her and wanting what she can't have. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's got the emotional immaturity of a teenager. I don't want to have to resort to doing that. I mean, if you feel like you're ready for something different, I mean, you never know, James. Like, I'm pretty sure right now it seems hard to conceive that it seems unfathomable. What the freak? I don't know how to say words tonight. For you to have feelings like that for someone else that you have for Patty, but you might surprise yourself. And so it wouldn't be fair to yourself, it wouldn't be fair to Patty, and it wouldn't be fair to that other person, especially if you were to do something like that before you were ready. But if you ever get to the point where you think maybe I should explore other options, this is the trajectory you would find yourself on as of right now. So yeah. But that is interesting. I think it highlights another issue that I didn't know about her. So that's enlightening, to say the least. All right, everybody. That is where I'm going to leave it for the night. I'm getting very hungry, so I need to eat something. You said right, and that's what I feel too. It wouldn't be fair to that person. No, because you want to make sure you're available to them, you know? Because this is what happens sometimes. I think when people are in your position where they're still holding out for other people, but they're like, well, I may or may not, that may or may not happen. So I'm just going to go ahead and put myself out there, but realizing that they're still hung up on someone else, that hurts that person that they're potentially going to date, because they're not available as available as they should be. And then that's where you start getting those women who are like, or men even, who are like, great, I'm dating someone, things were going really well, and then they realize they weren't over their ex, and so now I'm back at square one. Or that person has commitment issues because they're holding out for someone else that they're still not over. So it's just, yeah, it's not good any way you look at it. You have to really be ready. So yeah. All right, James. Well, thank you for your support and contributions to my channel tonight. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. If anybody else is in here hanging out, thank you. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone.